That is not reveal. That is darken. Okay. Bunk beds that have disintegrated with age lie in heaps along the walls of this moldy 30-foot square room, and it is abandoned. There's no bodies, nothing in this little area. It was just a little barracks room.
Then I'm going back to this other room and looking through this door.
And by this time, the party's probably reaching the gate, but we'll continue with Nathan until he gets back to the bottom floor. If he goes back to the bottom floor. Okay. This spacious chamber contains bed frames of wrought iron arranged in 2 neat rows. Cobwebs and bits of rotten mattress cling to each frame. 3 doors are spaced along the south wall, each with a plaque mounted on it. From west to east, the plaques read operating room, nursery, and morgue. Oh, and I didn't reveal the freaking doors, so there's the doors.
I'm gonna go to them one at a time and just open them and look inside the room.
I don't believe, like, if this is an off topic, not part of the game, if 6 shadows were defeated in this room by another creature, would they have remains?
No, because they're shadows,
just
right?
Disappear.
Okay, then you wouldn't see a damn thing in this room. So you're gonna go to that one. Gotcha. It's the operating room.
We would have been screwed if we'd have busted in this temple. And there's no.
Oh yeah.
There's no body of an abbot in here, right?
No, not from what you have seen.
Screw it. Next one.
Well, I have to describe the goddamn thing.
If there's
a
not
bloodstained, I still want to read it. A bloodstained table stands in the middle of this otherwise empty room. And then you're gonna move.
Was
Good
it worth
God,
it,
Derek!
You can go examine the table.
I can see that on the map.
There's a table here.
I can see more details on the map. At least there's the shape of a body on the map.
I'm the dungeon master.
There's a bloody table in this empty room.
This room contains the wreckage of old wooden cribs.
You don't say.
Is there a body of an abbot?
No, so you move on.
Next room.
Empty. It's the morgue. There's a raven perching on the windowsill. And it's looking at you.
There's all these dead
and then it
people.
flies away.
Yeah, it has no.
It's looking at you, but it's dead.
All of these dead people, and all of these weird creatures that are experiments, and there's not a thing in the morgue. The morgue is the cleanest place of the whole place. Something's wrong.
It's if everything was alive here, it would be very, very weird and creepy. But everything is dead.
I mean, it's
have you walked past 30 dead bodies, and now you're just like, hey, this morgue is empty. That's weird.
I'll let you make this decision. Would Iris remember the fact that Strahd knew Irina was in Krezk at one point, because you remember him saying at the mystic pool, you had there was a little encounter there, and you heard him scream from the heavens, "She's mine."
Yeah, because that's why we moved her back to the winery.
That's why you moved her back to the winery. So he came to Krezk, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, Iris probably understands that, but that's not changing the fact that she's still hoping to find the
abbot.
Still hoping to find the abbot and at least find out if something can be done still, so we can not have wasted all this time, and so she can have her brother back, like, And
You just haven't gone
obviously
to the
she
right
needs to
places.
find out what's going on too. And Iris doesn't care that the morgue's empty. She's already running down the stairs. It's just Nathan, the player, that's like, why is the morgue the cleanest place in the whole...
I don't even know where that staircase leads to. Oh, over here. Gotcha.
To the abbot.
Okay. Not quite. Bring it there. Yeah, that would help. Okay. Then I have to scroll back up there. This lightless corridor has multiple doors behind which lie creatures that once were kept captive here. They're all different variants of mongrel folk, of different animals. Some have horse appendages like hooves and stuff. Others have bird wings. Others have frog legs. They're all abominations, but every single one of them is dead. And there's probably 30 to 40 of them in each one of these little total in all these cages.
I'm I'm rounding the stairs and going back towards this door and going back out.
We'll jump to everybody else finally getting to the top. And Orden, and then Irina and Marc will be there.
Aren't I supposed to be in the town, like, helping everyone out?
You finally get up to the top.
I think Orden was trying to help all the dead bodies in the town.
Is that what you wanted to do? Help dead people?
I was gonna check and see if anyone was alive.
Oh, no, it's a massacre, and every single being down at the bottom is dead. The Baron, the Burgomaster, the guards, the villagers, dead. Not a single live person. So yes, the party would be entering the abbey entrance here, and the outside you would see a few dead mongrel folk, which Tyler has so happily drawn for us.
Hey man, I'm here.
Tyler, when are you gonna give me drawing lessons?
Soon.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, I got you. Should have gone to college for it.
Do we see like Iris's footprints?
Yeah, Soul would be heading closer in this direction to try to locate where Iris is, she was ringing the bell from over here. So she would make sure that Irina and Biscuit are with her too.
Irina and Biscuit. Got it. And are you moving?
Yeah, but I can't move Biscuit and Irina, so we would go
Okay.
Is that
right
why
about here.
Is that why we're doing all this? We're risking it for the biscuit?
Yeah, somebody gets it.
But he's not the person you're risking it for.
Hey man, Soul's here for fun. She's not here to win.
Fair enough. Okay.
We would be Soul would be lightly calling out for Iris, but not like she's not screaming the name, but she is calling out to Iris to see if she's around, knowing she heard the bell, but if she's not going to enter because she doesn't know 100% if it was her or not. She just knows she went this way.
And would Iris be paying enough attention to hear Soul calling out for her as you're running past the door. I assume you're going to go downstairs now. That's where you were going to be heading.
As long as I didn't see anything like in the immediate hallway of this area that I'm in right now.
No, you don't see a damn thing.
Yeah, and I would
Other
probably...
than a bunch of dead bodies, but
Do any
you
of them
haven't
look like
cared
the
about
abbot?
any. I didn't say they did.
Just clarifying it. I didn't know if you were pausing for effect or something, you know. And I would likely notice Soul's yelling. I rolled a perception check.
She's not yelling. She's lightly calling out to you.
Would I hear it with an 18 perception check?
Yeah, it's like a raised voice, like she is trying to get your attention, but without giving out her own position.
Iris would actually yell back and get in here and help me find the abbot. Everything else in here is dead. And she's running for
If everything else is dead, she's not going to leave these two alone because, with her travels with you guys, she does know the minor importance of these two people. So she would stay with the cart and insist that if everyone's already dead, we shouldn't waste too much more time here, so we don't join them.
I'm just gonna run in after Iris.
Do you tell Ismark and Irina to stay, or
yeah, I'll turn to Soul and say keep them safe, and I'll just run inside.
Ismark is gonna jump off the cart and because he wants to know what's going on, and he's gonna follow, but he's gonna turn back to Soul and Irina and be like, and tell Irina, stay here. If you hear anything, any one of us makes a noise of discomfort or death, run as fast as you can, and leave this place.
Derek's trying to kill his Marc.
Yeah, Saul would call out to him and say, "You're making a mistake leaving, but I'm not your boss. Whatever."
Look, if he stays within 5 feet of me, I'll give him protection.
And they would. Assuming Orden's going to go up there as well, but Ismark would go towards Iris. And if Laurenthar wants to come with, he can. If not, you stay at the cart. You're muted if you want to
stay at the cart because I think everybody's dead. So
okay.
I'm gonna stay at the cart.
I assume you're going down the stairs to the basement.
Searching to no avail.
I mean, Iris hasn't stopped really. Like, she may have slowed down a couple times to try to catch her breath, but anytime she feels like she has the strength to keep moving, she's going.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure Ismark's pretty close.
Okay. Everybody back to the other map. There's 3 maps just for one stupid place. Yeah, I was getting there, Nathan. You were in 2 spots. Yeah, you are now in the basement, in the wine cellar. The stone steps
What are you
descend
yelling
20
at me
feet.
for?
Somebody was pinging you on the 3rd floor when you were in 2 spots.
It wasn't me. Jeez.
Somebody did. But
Maybe it's the person who's yellow.
I didn't see the color.
Damn, man, I saw you just torch and burn his ass. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ride it.
Probably the same person that drew the yellow faces.
The stone steps descend 20 feet to a cellar that contains 10 barrels of wine. What looks like 10 barrels of wine, and an L-shaped wooden rack packed with wine bottles. There are 2 wine barrels in the southern wall that look like they have been recently toppled over and poured out, and then put back, stood up. So there is wine all along the floor over here.
There's
Is anyone here?
There's no other doors or anything here, right?
No,
And no abbot.
not that you can see, but I told you some things.
I mean, if I can't see the whole room, I'll look around just to make sure. And like that's I mean, that's my mission right now, is to find out if the abbot's been killed or if he's gone or what.
You don't see anything. You don't see any bodies lying in this room.
And I guess there's one more area I can search. There's only one more place that I know to search. I haven't found the abbot yet. I mean, I guess there could be passages I can't see, but as far as doors go, there's only one more area that I've seen that I haven't searched.
You talked.
I'm not seeing him here.
You turn to head back up the stone steps, and you would hear a familiar voice coming from the two barrels. Wait! I'm here. I'm here. Don't leave, please. And token an air, and him and a flesh golem would come out of the two barrels. We're here. We're here. We're alive. Thank goodness. That bastard Strahd was here. He killed the entire family. All of them. They're all dead.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank goodness this was the last place Strahd looked, and he overlooked the barrels. Didn't even think to look. Me and I hid myself in Vasilika, whatever her name is, here in the barrels.
Vaseline?
Shut the hell up! I'm trying to find her actual name.
It's Vasilka.
Vasilka.
I'm pretty sure anyway.
Why was he here?
I don't know. He came. I could hear him down in Krez. I could hear him yelling the entire way. I can only assume that the village suffered the same fate as all of us. He was screaming, "Where is she? Where is she?" the entire time, and he was in a rage I've never seen before. He wouldn't listen to anybody. Just if anybody that said they didn't know where she was brutally murdered.
I'm gonna look over at Orden, and I'm gonna look at the abbot and say, I didn't take a look at the town. I came rushing up here to check on you. Orden seemed to try to go help the town a little bit, and I'll look over at Orden.
He just nods really quickly and he says, "I couldn't find any survivors. Everywhere was destroyed. Everyone was killed."
Okay, well, go on.
That's all I got, man. What more are you want me to say? Everything was destroyed. Everyone's dead. What else do you want, Derek?
Well, what are y'all gonna do?
Wait for his response.
Oh, yeah. I kind of figured that they've all been murdered. Me and Vasilka are lucky to still be alive. And you would see that Vasilka is very well put together. But as you get closer, you would see the seams in her skin where disparate body parts stolen from other human corpses have been carefully stitched together. He would look at her and look back at you and would be like, I didn't I didn't intend for everybody to meet this way, but may I introduce Vasilka, uh, what I hope to be Strahd's future bride. Did you have any? I hope there's some luck. Did you have any luck in getting that bridal gown I asked of you?
I'm gonna look to Orden since he was so excited about everything that had to do with that, and let him give the news.
Orden's pretty shaken up about the everyone dying, and now this. And he just kind of stares at her for a second. He says, "Wow, you really did make a flesh golem, didn't you? Like, I know you said you were going to, but wow, that's a flesh golem, all right." Like, he clearly was not expecting like an actual flesh golem.
Like,
he thought it would be like a storybook kind of princess.
Isn't she beautiful? And you can see like he's super proud of his creation.
She's gorgeous, and Iris would notice that like his fins kind of perk up a little bit, like very clearly his tail when he's playing poker is showing.
And noticing that Orden didn't mention anything about the dress, Iris will pipe up. We that's why we came here. And she's finally starting to catch her breath from all this running that she's done. We just got it yesterday? Brought it straight here. We're a bit worried about what happened when we seen a cloud flying from this direction, and then when we got here we seen the smoke.
Didn't you get it today? Because you didn't spend the night before
yeah,
leaving.
we did. We got it today. It's fresh.
Yeah, well, yeah, today then.
We did get a very nice dress.
Ah, that's wonderful. Maybe all of my plan can still work and come through. Maybe all of these poor people haven't died in vain.
Abby, can't you bring them all back to life? You can bring our friends back. Why don't you bring them back?
How many spells does he have?
I'm gonna shoot
Can
a
he
look,
use a day?
like an almost angry look over to Orden.
I mean, after you bring our friends back, of course.
Let me see. 1 second. Spells. He can only do it once per day, so there's way too many dead bodies to do it. And he would explain that to you that he can only raise one person per day. But he did promise to do it for you guys 3 times, so he's still willing. He will keep his end of the bargain.
We're only here with 2 days to spare. Can you still fulfill that? That wasn't a technicality you mentioned before.
As long as you still have 2 days left, I should be able to revive 2 people. As long as they don't go over the time allotted.
Not to be calloused about what's happened here, but since we are crunched on time, would you like to come up and see the dress, and so we can get things moving? Just so we don't miss anything.
Okay. Yes, of course. And he would go over to Vasilka. Stay down here. Make sure you're safe. Don't leave. And he would follow you back up to the cart.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Tyler, can you stop with the stupid ass names?
Thank you so much, Ray.
I just want you to know, even though I'm muted, I'm fucking dying back here.
Dude, you should always unmute yourself to laugh. That is my rule.
God, I fucking hate you.
God, and then you're like, shut up, and I fucking spit out my Mountain Dew all over my goddamn shirt.
I killed myself with that one, and then Ray adding to it.
Literally. Stop! I started saying in my head the chant that UGLY. Like, I'm not kidding. Oh my god.
I think we're all
God,
just like really stressed, and this is how we're letting it out.
Oh, please don't let Soul see this fucking thing.
No, she's staying downstairs.
The thing is staying downstairs. Good for you, Soul. Would you kill it?
It's like a troll. It'll turn into fucking stone. Little sewed together disaster. Soul would happily not let that thing on the wagon. She would like poke it with a stick until it fell over.
I'm gonna like stick beside the abbot as I'm going upstairs, and I'll be like, I've heard Strahd has a thing for redheads. If you were thinking about maybe changing things up a little bit.
Okay, I don't have the token for the abbot anymore because I deleted it and it's not in the library. So pretend he's there.
I'm on it.
Oh wait, I can copy it from the other map. Never mind. Don't start drawing, Tyler. I'll kill you. I can fix this. People. Copy. I got this. Boom. He's there.
Is that version of the flesh column is that the canon version that you posted, Orden?
Oh yeah.
That is surprisingly
not that bad.
It's a very well better than what I expected.
Like, it's not as bad as it could be, but it's not as great as it could be.
I mean, it's still a flesh column, but it's not like
ugly.
I was expecting like shambling mound level of grotesqueness type of thing.
No, it's like the anime version of a grotesque monster where it's like, it's got an okay face and it's got boobs, so it's fine.
Right. It's like from the Corpse Bride. It's fine.
That's literally what I posted when you were busy seething. You were busy seething. You were busy seething at Tyler. I didn't know if you saw it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where that thing you posted is her catfishing Strahd. That would just make things worse for this. Strahd be like, "Oh, they've created me a beautiful wife. See that?" And immediately just go on Barovia's done after that. There's just no hope.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do with getting the abbot to maybe put some illusion magic on her.
It's going to need more than that. Is that like greater illusion?
He's like literally a god. He can do it.
Can he cast blind?
Oh my god, yes.
I can't see your face, but you feel really pretty.
You feel like you have
stitch marks.
Stitches. But back to the actual game. The abbot would be like, where's the dress?
I'll look at Orden. You're up, dearie.
Okay, I'll go get it from the back of the wagon and kind of do a little flourish, like ta-da.
And you would see a like his grim expression goes to a smile. It's perfect. It's gorgeous. Here. hand it over, and he'll reach out his arms.
I'll like step back and I'll be like, "You promised my friend Iris that you would help her brother."
And I gave you my word, and I will. I need to put this up so we can't just lie it here on the ground. It'll get dirty. I have to put it up before I can perform the ritual.
I look at Iris.
That's fine. I can't imagine that. Never mind. Just make sure you put it in a safe spot. We've gone through a lot to bring that to you. We've got a couple things that we need to discuss anyways, if you don't mind. We can,
of course. And he'll take it and walk. Whoops. And walk inside, and walk back down.
I'm gonna look over to the rest of the group, and I'm gonna look towards the back of the wagon, and then look to everybody and say, we don't have to raise Ragnar first. I'm not. I want my brother back. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not selfish. I know they were both your friends. I know I didn't know the other one. But if he can only do one per day, I can understand if we need to talk about who comes first.
So I would say, hey, you want to know what's even funnier than that? I don't know either of them, so I don't care. But that little eager man is Mr. Special that's going to do all this. So just make sure his little self is good at what he does, because that kind of magic, I don't even mess with that kind of stuff.
Like, what are you thinking?
Who are you talking to?
Larenthar.
Oh.
Oh, well, I don't know. Is he gonna, like, turn him into a flesh golem? Because, he never really was that specific. I don't think that's how he was gonna raise him, is it?
Marc, since nobody else is piping up, Marc wouldn't be like, I sure hope not. That you weren't down there, but that thing was ugly. Like it wasn't a complete abomination, but there's no way that will pass as a bride for Strahd in any way, shape, or form.
So what you're saying is that they bought that really kind of painfully average dress for a very ugly flesh golem? And that's supposed to pass off for who?
A flesh golem, it's attractive, but it's still a flesh golem.
And who's it supposed to be replacing?
I look over at Irina and I go, and then I just shrug.
Soul's gonna look over and then look back at Biscuit and be like, huh. So yeah, I bet it's gonna be terrible. Who's gonna tell him?
I don't think the plan is to let it happen, but we're
I know Orden or Race said be right back. Did we want to take a short break to give her time to come back?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, seeing it's going to be mainly her and Larenthar that are gonna make the decision who gets res, seeing they know them both. God, if Derek, oh, just Lord have mercy, if you bring that fucking flesh golem up here, I'm gonna ruin everything.
All right, everybody, we are going to take a quick break, probably about 10 minutes. Refresh your drinks, use the bathroom, let your dogs out, whatever the normal stuff is, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Do we need to do one of those things where I'm in the middle of talking, saying something truly incriminating as we come back?
We just did.
Yes, please.
Well, fuck.
That was. Oh, I literally unmuted it and you started that sentence.
Yeah, I saw it going in the background. I was like, yes, say something.
Damn it.
At least it wasn't incriminating this time. It was just you asking if you need to incriminate yourself.
Well,
I'll just do it anyway.
We got to come up with the incriminating stuff before.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we're back and it's all yours, Derek.
Yeah, we'll feed me into that bullshit next time. You get me started.
We were in the middle of you RPing because I'm still eating pizza.
Hey, Tyler, how many illegal drugs do you have today?
Well, it's a great thing you asked. I have a lot of fucking Percocet.
Pepto-Bismol.
We arriving on that Advil today.
No, you need to have the Pepto-Bismol after you eat the Little Caesars pizza.
Oh, and the gallon of milk?
Well, you just like chase the milk with the Pepto-Bismol, so you get that real good flavor combo.
Scratch the gallon of milk and scratch the Pepto-Bismol. I'll eat the whole pie of pizza, and then I'll just chug a whole thing of mineral oil, and then I'll pray.
I'm now glad that it's now on YouTube what we were talking about for 10 minutes.
The extendo conversation.
All right, continue with your role playing that you were talking about the bodies.
Did you guys say anything important while I was gone?
Lauren Thar and I were discussing about which one of the two fallen members would be preferred to come first, and we had kind of leaned towards the other dwarf.
Yeah. I'll put my hand on Iris's shoulder and I'll say, "Get your brother back. It's fine."
And bring back the dead boy. You better have some good stories.
I'll just bend down and give her a big ol' hug.
Soul's not. I'm sorry. She's going to she's actually going to move over here to this part of the wagon, like that.
So yeah, get over here.
No, Soul would reply and be like, "I'm making room for the other one." See, I'm being thoughtful. And
he is not gonna hug.
He's probably gonna smell, so I'm gonna sit over here.
Oh, you can smell a dead body already. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, I'll use my little cantrip and I'll make myself a little scentless bubble around my head, so I don't gotta smell it.
And Larenthor just takes a step back.
And now we wait for the abbot.
Oh, I ain't hugging the dead body.
No, we're hugging Iris.
Yeah, well, she's hugging Iris. He's hugging Iris. We are the opposite gender party, and I really got to remember that.
Just you and me, man.
The abbot would return and ask, which...
What are you trying to say about me, Ray?
Oh, I forgot about you, Nathan.
Dude, I just let it ride.
The tables have turned.
I wasn't paying attention, so it flew over my head.
Orden said that her and I were the only people playing opposite genders.
Oh.
She's completely ignoring the first and her fucking point of the last 35 minutes.
This is payment for us always calling Orden she.
I've been waiting to give you guys payment back for that for a long time.
The abbot would return and ask, which body would you like me to...
The dwarf.
To bring back first? And would you like it, would you want me to do it out here? Or would you like to step into the courtyard to do so? It's up to you.
I don't think I have a preference, just as long as it's done.
Did his little creation come out with him?
No.
Okay, good. Soul would point inside the courtyard and be like, probably over there, because, away.
Y'all can continue to RP and make Iris' decisions if something needs to be done, but I have to call work really quick.
What happened?
I don't know yet.
They set a sandwich on fire.
All right, just set
Sandwich
us for another
explosion.
2-minute break.
It was exploding sandwiches. That's what it was.
Because we really can't go any further in raising Ragnar without Ragnar and Iris.
Oh, I'll play Ragnar. That's fine.
No. So, how was your guys' day? In chat, how was your guys' day?
So how about the Mets?
How about the Bucks? They're going all the way again.
Okay, does my voice work now? I'm like, Lord have.
Yeah, you're all good.
Oh, sugar. So I was agreeing with Larenthar. I was like, you got to let him do it because that would just be amazing. Like, you sit there and you go, oh, look, I brought Ragnar back, but his brain's a little wonky at the moment. Give it like 10 minutes to settle.
Yeah, but he has to do the accent.
No accent. That's just part of the settling.
Oh, it's just like when Derek took over Erston.
Yeah.
He magically didn't have an accent anymore.
I couldn't do the damn accent. I'm sorry.
You got it.
Oh, God.
You got it eventually.
That was completely and utterly pointless and a waste of 2 minutes.
What happened? I got to know.
Somebody got mad and clocked out and left, and I've been texting them because they told me somebody left, and I asked what happened, and first I got a text back that said I don't know, and then I got a phone call, and then I got a text saying call me, so I'm like, okay, something else must be wrong. So I call them, and they explained to me what happened after having already told me they didn't know.
Wait, so they told you... Okay, no, I got it. I thought they called you and they're like, I still don't know what's happening. But I
No,
wanted to
they
call
told
you.
me what happened and why the person left, but they're... I'm like, you literally could have just texted me that.
So in other words, they have spare parts in their brain and they just wanted to share it with you?
Oh, there's not even spare parts there.
Why did the person leave? What happened?
We can talk about it off stream. Let's get some
Okay.
resurrections going.
He's like, I need to do 2 dwarven accents, and I need to have a conversation with myself. Can we do this already?
Yeah, I'm already gonna be scrambled here.
Well, hey, as long as you go walk your little selves over there.
So the abbot would come over here into the middle of the courtyard. Come this way, please. Bring the body.
I'll have Iris carry it.
Soul's gonna be like, go play God. And I'm gonna stay over here.
I will carry Ragnar over there.
Please drag him by his foot.
Do you need some help?
I have a 19 strength. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, she can carry a body.
You have a higher strength than I do.
Cleric, go bonk.
I have a higher constitution than you do too.
Okay, you know what? That's true.
All right, move your damn person over there then.
I thought you were doing that for me, Derek.
Why would I do it for you?
Because you always do.
You're already...
I do not. You move yourself. Irina would step over as well. Soul and Larenthar, if you want to stay with the other dead body, go for it.
That was rude. You took her away from me. I was gonna. Damn it.
You were gonna what?
Don't you worry about my nonsense.
No, tell me what you were going to do right next to the body of your former character.
I was going to dance around her, but I'll just dance around her instead.
Gotcha.
You would lay the body in the middle of everybody, and the abbot would explain that the spell will take an hour for me to cast and prepare. You're more than welcome to stay the entire time or come back in a little bit, but just so you know, I will need an hour of uninterrupted concentration.
Well, no offense, but where are we supposed to go?
You can explore the abbey. What's left of it?
Is there anything we could do to help you clean up a little bit?
If you would like to start burying some bodies of the family, you can. But other than that, I I don't think so. The abbey, for the most part, it seems to be intact. Strahd didn't utterly destroy it like he did the village. So there's that. As Nathan is editing Ragnar on screen.
Yep, I'm trying to find his token.
Oh, did you never made the new one with the new art?
No, but I was trying to find. I can't even find the old token anymore.
Iris, you can stay here if you want. I can go and taking care of the bodies.
I might have it. Hold up.
Oh wait, I might actually too.
I'm going to.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna. Unless he has a specific thing he wants us to do to help, then I think maybe if Orden's willing and with Orden's help, that Iris might at least start trying to gather up the bodies, whether it be up here or down at the village. Probably up here, but
Well, I can take care of them right now if you want to stay here with Ragnar.
I would like to be here when it's done. But I might like to keep my mind occupied until it's finished, though.
That's fair. I've got a shovel already. We can get to work.
I've got one. I've got one as well. But I think the first thing we need to do is pick an area and at least start gathering them.
That sounds good. And I'm actually going to hang back a bit, and I will whisper. I will grab Ismark and Iris, and I will whisper to them, "Don't tell Irina that the reason Strahd came here, okay?"
Never crossed my mind.
Iris just nods.
The abbot would kneel down over Ragnar, start like touch his caved in forehead, and start praying and chanting and doing the raise dead ritual. It takes about an hour. If you clean up some of the bodies, you start arranging them, getting them prepared to possibly be buried or whatever you are actually going to do with them. But after about an hour, you all congregate back into the center of the courtyard here, and the abbot would look up to Iris and say, it is done. He is breathing again. And you would see where his head was caved in, it has been healed. All of the mortal wounds that Ragnar had taken in the battle against Baba Saga and the giant house, crawling house, along with what happened to him afterwards, have been healed. So all of the cuts and damages done to his body have been miraculously healed, and he opens his eyes and sits up, and then Nathan talks to himself.
Actually, I think Iris just kind of stands off for a minute. Like, she pretty much fully believed that this guy could do this, but now that it's happened, is almost in disbelief. And she'll kind of start plucking up the courage and start taking a couple steps over there, and imagine Ragnar's just just bolts up and is looking around, and you hear like the snarling sound as if he was almost in rage. Something that maybe Orden and Ismark and Irina and even Larenthar probably heard him do before. He's coming out of this very shocked. Like, I mean, he's been dead, and it's a very shocking experience to come back. It's, to be pulled back out of the abyss, basically. And
Tyler.
Iris starts to step towards him, and Ragnar starts to realize that he's safe, starts to feel safe, and also start to realize that, like, he doesn't have his equipment and stuff, and kind of looks around. I don't think he notices Iris first. I think Iris is kind of coming from the side, maybe, and he notices Orden actually first, and just looks up at Orden, just not even saying anything yet, just like wide-eyed still.
Let me chime in just for a second. As Ragnar, I don't know how like the afterlife is for the Oakenbeard family, but like if they go to quotation marks a heaven or into their halls of their ancestors, Ragnar wouldn't have made it there. Like his spirit never left Barovia, so he never made it to his ancestors. He would he would feel that he's still always been in Barovia.
Got it.
Okay, you can continue.
He's just kind of staring up at Orden, and as Iris is kind of making her way over from the side, he hasn't said anything. He's not standing up. He's just kind of sitting up from where he was, just looking up at Orden, like wide-eyed still, not like more shock than terror or anything like that. You can see kind of the terror is faded, and it's more shock now.
Orden's just staring at him, and he's like shaking a little bit and tearing up, but he's trying not to say anything because he needs Iris to have this moment first. And he cloned himself.
What?
There's
why
two
is he way
Ragnars.
over there?
I put him on the map and then moved him out of the way.
Oh, okay. Then I just put him back on the map. So there we go.
Iris will start to approach. Brother, is that really you? And at first Ragnar looks confused. Like he's still looking up at Orden, because Orden's like the first person that he's seen that he recognizes. And he looks really confused because Iris wasn't here when this started. Iris wasn't here when everyone got pulled in and brought in. Ragnar, for all Ragnar knows, Iris was still, back home. And she has to say it again. Is that really you, brother? And finally, Ragnar turns slowly, recognizing the voice, and notices Iris kind of stepping up. And Iris is crying. Ragnar's not crying, but he's probably as close to crying as you guys have ever seen Ragnar. And he's just dumbstruck too. He's still just silent. And Iris looks him over, looks him up and down, and she's moving a little closer. How are you feeling? We've managed to bring you back, it seems. And Ragnar finally, I feel a lot like, I almost feel like I've been asleep. But it's not been sleep. What happened to me? And he's looking back and forth between Orden and Iris, like he almost doesn't remember what happened. Iris says, I wasn't there. But Orden here's told me the story. You were killed. He said you went into went in to save somebody and you were killed. We've been
Do
spent.
you remember Baba Lysaga?
And Ragnar looks confused for a moment and kind of thinks, like, reaches up and like squints and grabs his head. I remember a tree and a hut. And it stood up, and a baby, a glowing baby. I remember a glowing baby. What happened?
It wasn't real. It was an illusion. And Baba Lysaga, she chased after us, and she killed you and Derek. Do you not remember any of that?
And he's like got both of his hands on his head. It's less a look of pain and more a look of frustration. That's coming back to me, but I don't remember all of it. I just remember flashes, and then I remember not being able to move. Then I remember darkness.
Like the one mark that would still remain, like all the wounds and stuff would be healed except for where Ragnar got hit by Finger of Death. There would still be, it would be like a permanent scar that it's healed, but it will always be there as a remembrance. Carry on.
I think Ragnar just sits there for a minute with his hands on his head, just kind of. Iris is definitely overwhelmed. Like, she's been trying to prepare herself for what's going to happen with all this before now, but actually having it go through and actually happen, she's kind of overwhelmed. But Ragnar's definitely overwhelmed. Like, it's been almost 10. It's been what, 8 days, 9 days, and Ragnar seems like it's been longer than that to him. I mean, no one knows yet, but this is. You don't come back from the dead and just be like, yeah, let's go for a stroll.
Well, what's the last thing you remember? Besides, was it the glowing baby?
I remember not being able to move. I remember standing there and then not being able to move. And then I remember something hitting me. And he looks down and sees that spot in his chest and just kind of touches his chest. And then I remember darkness after that.
And you would, like, Ragnar would still, like, he's alive and he's healed. He's technically okay, but he feels exhausted. He feels like he's still very tired because the body still has a toll taken on it. So it's gonna take Ragnar some time to be back to what should be himself. As in, Nathan, if you saw the part of the spell that I posted in Discord.
Man, I've been role playing 2 characters. I ain't been checking no Discord.
Coming back from
I've been
the
trying
dead
my
isn't.
best to get Orden to help me out of having to role play 2 characters, and she
This isn't important.
And Ray's just like, I'm catching what you're throwing down, but I'm avoiding it.
This is an important character moment for you.
Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Every time the target finishes a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it is disappeared. So Ragnar has to long rest, needs 4 days of long rest to not have a penalty to all of his checks.
Got it. I think at this point, Ragnar just kind of like closes his eyes for a really long time, and like it starts to hit him, like the adrenaline from being raised from the dead starts to fade away, and the just the exhaustion starts to wash over him, and you see his face change from this, like, we went from horror to just confusion to overwhelming to now we're just this exhaustion's washing over him, and he's gonna look between all of you, and he's gonna give a slight smile when he notices Marc and Irina are still safe, and gonna look back to Orden and Iris, and he's gonna look at Orden for a second and then turn to Iris and say, I want to know how you got here and why you're here and why you've put all this effort into bringing me back. I mean, I appreciate it, but I'm going to need some rest. I can hardly, almost feel dead on my feet.
Hey, Nathan, don't forget that Irina's disguised right now.
Well, I probably don't know, but I'm gonna at least look at Ismark and the fact that he's still with y'all and not crying. And, I don't know that I would know that was Irina, but, 2 + 2 = 7, so.
Yeah, you're a barbarian. That's how that works. Well, it was an ordeal, I'll tell you that.
Is there a place for me to rest? I don't. And he kind of looks down, like at like down between his legs where he's sitting. I don't relish going back into the void or going back into darkness. I'm tired. I can't. I need some rest.
I'll look to the abbot and I'll be like, would you be okay if we rested here for a while? It's going to be dangerous going back.
You've got at least until tomorrow before I can perform the spell again. So you're more than welcome to stay here. It's just it I don't know how comfortable it would be for you. All of the beds here are kind of rotting and falling apart. And don't get me started on the haunted hospital on the second floor.
Ragnar will turn and look at the abbot for the first time. I've been sleeping. Well, I don't know where I've been sleeping since they found me. But I slept in the grave for a while. I think any bed will be better than that. And you hear Iris let out a little chuckle, like through the tears that she's still crying. At least you still got your sense of humor.
So while Ragnar has his back turned, it's finally gonna sink in that Ragnar is just back completely, and he's gonna give him a big hug from behind, and he'll just whisper in his ears, "Welcome back. I promised that we'd get you through it. Remember?"
Just want to know where's Laurenthar? Where'd he go?
At least buy me dinner first.
I thought Larenthar was the only one who could make those jokes, and I'll just pat him on the back.
Oh, I disappeared.
Yeah, you sound happy too.
Oh, I just have a sore throat still.
Yeah, we can tell.
You know how much he loves role playing.
Oh, I mean, you're doing the thing I probably wouldn't have stayed and watched, like the whole thing, and I probably would have head down to the town and check out the town this entire time. But I'm not going to make you do that.
We're good. We can continue with this family moment.
Is Soul in here?
Yeah, she walked in when she heard the conversations, and she's going to be standing over there by the door. And while you guys are talking, she's going to pick up a little rock, and she's going to kind of throw it at Ragnar and kind of like beam him in the head with it. And then seeing that it hit him and he's real, she's going to be like, whoa, he's actually real.
And then he
Ragnar
takes
has
50 points of damage and dies.
Ragnar has no idea who this is. It's just some random person coming through the gates and throwing a rock at him after he's been raised from the dead. He like reaches over where he would think his axe would be and starts to jump up to run over there, and then just falls down to one knee, hand in the dirt, head down, panting, just like he feels even worse now that he's tried to stand up and do this. And Iris will run over and put his arm over her shoulders and stand him up. We've got to get him someplace to rest.
Soul's going to yell over and be like, does he smell?
He's a barbarian. So probably.
No, like dead.
I'm going to look over at Orden. Ragnar looks over at Orden, like, giving this just, like, if I could have my eyes breathe fire, my eyes would be breathing fire right now. I don't think it's the barbarian side of me that stinks. It's probably being dead for almost 10 days.
I mean, one or the other. You didn't smell great when you were alive either, buddy. Well, when you were alive the first time.
Soul would agree with Orden, be like, yeah, let's keep him on the other side of the wagon. Just for safekeeping. Because he stinks. Double stink.
Did you say there's a well here, Derek?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the one on the map.
Oh, my mic was muted. Yes, right there in the middle.
I was wondering why you're just pinging it. Ragnar's gonna just point to the whale and look over at the abbot. Is there actually water in there, or is it dry?
There's water in it. Yes, you can get it. You can take a sponge bath if you'd like.
Well, I didn't bring me sponge with me. Iris, help me to the well, would you, sister?
And Nathan now realizes what he's gonna have to do for the remainder of the campaign.
That's fine. One of them will get killed eventually.
And we've still got to revive, dude.
Ragnar will just have Iris pull up a couple buckets of water and just literally dump it over him.
Yeah. Soul would ask if you guys needed help, and if you choose to want her help, she would use that little cantrip she likes to help move the water on your body or put it back into the buckets. Like pull it from the ground, put it in the buckets, or like dry you off or whatnot from a distance, But she'll help because she don't want to smell you. She got to worry about number one.
Can't she use prestidigitation to make him stop smelling?
Yeah, but she don't want to, so she's gonna help Iris and her do their little bonding, and she's gonna help them clean him. Let them bond. He's dead.
I've got some incense. We can light some incense on him, and he can just keep that, like, I don't know, in his loincloth.
No, we'll stick it in his beard.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, we'll stick him in his beard and stuff like that. So that way, no matter where we are, everyone's gonna know because he'll smell like incense.
Oh, actually, the beard thing reminded me. We ran into Urston again, Ragnar.
Are the two of you done talking about me smell? I'm getting clean now. You find me a bed, and then we can swap stories.
I tried to change the subject, and you were just like, "Are you done talking about my smell?"
Some things never change.
Cool, glad to hear you don't care about your brother.
Yeah. Soul would call out and be like, "Yeah, but we can change that smell."
Derek,
Yo,
would I
Please.
remember any part of after Ragnar came back from the dead?
no. You're a mindless zombie at that point.
Okay. Ragnar just wants bed at this point. And I imagine Iris probably does too after running laps around this abbey looking for the abbot.
She's been running on adrenaline.
Yeah, I think
Because
everything's
right now
starting to settle
it's
in.
like you forget that it took another couple hours to get here, so the sun has set, and the only light you really have is
We
whatever
got here at
candles
night,
are
didn't we? Because we got to the
Yeah.
winery at like what 6 o'clock at night.
5 or 6. Yeah, it's night, so like the light you have is the candles in the abbey and the burning village down below.
I see we've got some rest duties, and then we can try to help the abbot a bit if he wants it. Why my brother gets some rest, and your friend when he's brought back, he can get some rest as well.
We can figure out what we're gonna do after that.
You never stopped being motherly, did you?
What'd you say?
Ragnar looks at Iris and says, "You never stopped being motherly, did you?" And then Iris just shakes her head at him. I am now picking on my own self.
Ragnar, you'd be really proud of everything Iris has done.
I keep telling you all that I just want to rest and I don't want to talk, but you keep making me talk. Don't you think I'm already proud of my oldest sister? Why do you think I strove so hard to fix where my father failed and get this? And he reaches for that amulet, and I assume it's gone, and he just feels like his bare chest.
And he gets depressed.
All right, we can talk later. You go get some rest.
You find a little makeshift cot, or you make a cot somewhere indoors. Probably the most welcoming. I don't know. The most
What
welcoming.
are these?
Let me check, because there is a thing for them. Those are chicken sheds, so they're chicken coops.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna go sleep
And
in the coffin.
Obviously, the chickens are dead.
I was gonna go sleep in the coffins, but they're not coffins. Yeah,
But
what about those beds on that one level? Were they put together still?
You mean in the hospital?
Was it a hospital? Yeah, the hospital.
Yes. You can, if you want to go up there and sleep. The abbot said it was haunted.
Well, the DM said the shadows were dead, so
That doesn't mean it's not haunted.
I will stop Iris from going to the hospital.
Ragnar just probably wants to find the
most
best
comforting
suitable
place
bed.
would be in here in the main hall. Like that's the most untouched, just undestroyed part of the abbey.
Is this
It's
a
just
fireplace?
Yes.
Yeah, Iris will help.
It's just I don't know how Soul will not see a flesh golem coming up the stairs if the abbot brings her up, but that'll
Well,
what happens happened.
Iris and Ragnar aren't worried about that, so Iris will help Ragnar into that area and get a fire kindled. As I imagine, it's already cold in this part of Barovia, and then Ragnar being raised
You're on
from
a
the
mountain.
Ragnar being raised from the dead he was probably cold and clammy on top of that. So we're gonna get him warmed up and thaw him out.
Soul would light the fire if it wasn't already lit.
Beautiful. And I think
Yeah,
this will
plus
probably be
lanterns, candles.
a good
all that
ending point for today.
Okay. But yeah, so the only thing Sol would do is make that place look lively and look as she would clean up any kind of stains that have happened on the walls or on the tables, and she would light any candles and stuff like that.
Why'd you write? Have you been dragging Smelly Boy around the entire time, Tyler?
Yeah, it's following Ragnar.
Just like his stench.
It's like I saw it and went, "What the fuck is that?"
Just in case people were confused at which one stunk.
All right, Kevin or Nathan, you can do the outro.
Derek misses Kevin so much he almost called me Kevin.
I do miss
It hurts,
Kevin.
Derek.
I love
It's your guys'
Kevin.
fault that you all have basic white guy
It
names.
hurts, Derek.
Rude.
Anyways, on that note, thank you all for watching. If you're watching on YouTube later, you're going to notice that this episode has a few minutes missed in the middle because my computer decided to run out of disk space because I need a hard drive. So that'll be remedied soon, and we won't have that problem again. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. Give us a follow if you like. We're at 31 right now, I think, and we need 50 to be affiliate. So that's our goal right now. We're pushing for 50. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube as well. It really helps us out. And we will see you again next week for more Curse of Strahd. See you in another dimension.